Hello, my name is Danielle and I'll be showing you how to make a shoulder buddy for a theme park. As you can see here, we have two examples. We have Toothless that I will be using in Epic Universe Isle of Berk. As you can see here, he has the magnet and then here's a little felt portion that goes on your shoulder under your shirt. And we also have this little dinosaur for Islands of Adventure, Jurassic Park area. Same thing, he has a little stitch here, the magnet, and voila! Now to make these shoulder buddies, you will need a couple of things. First off, you need a thread and a needle. The color of the thread should of course match the color of the shoulder buddy you will be creating. You need a pair of scissors, a piece of felt or anything soft that you could use for the shoulder pad portion, and then some magnets. Now these are the type of magnets that Disney uses in their shoulder buddies. I got them from Hobby Lobby for about $3 each, and they come in a pack of 3. And then of course you'll need the plushie that you will be turning into the shoulder buddy. Today we're working with Barf and Belch from How to Train Your Dragon that my boyfriend will be using in Isle of Berk in Epic Universe. Now to begin, you're going to want to start by cutting off the excess items off your shoulder buddy, since items such as these will not be needed. So we're going to go ahead and remove this. You can cut the tag off if you feel like it will get in the way, as I've done with the Toothless. He had a rather large tag that would get in the way of him being on my shoulder, but tags like this, you could keep them, you can remove them, you could do whichever you would prefer. Once all the excess items are removed and the shoulder buddy looks good to your liking, you're going to want to find an area which you could cut open so you could put in the magnet. He kind of already has the most perfect spot mapped out here, so I will be cutting along this thread here and so I can stick the magnet in, and I will come back once that's done. Now it was very easy to cut that stitch line in this plushie, so once it's done, you're going to want to take one of your magnets and you just kind of want to put it in there. Kind of like you're making a Build-A-Bear and you're putting the heart in. Just make sure it's towards the front, towards the top, so that the other magnet can easily find it and connect to it. You don't want too much stuffing covering it, though with these industrial strength magnets, they'll be able to connect no matter what. Now once the magnet is in, you're going to want to get a thread of this color. The closest color I have is this pale yellow, so I will be using this to stitch this back up, and I will come back once that's done. Now, I'm not the best at sewing, so if you have more experience in sewing or stitching or even have a sewing machine, your stitch up will obviously look much better than mine, but you can feel and even see where the magnet currently is. So the magnet's currently here, and once he's all stitched up, his portion is done and we'll be moving on to the shoulder pad. Now for the shoulder pad section, I have my piece of felt that I will be using. I cut it up just a little bit to match the line of his belly so that it fits nicely in there. And you can even test it out if you want to by taking the other magnet and simply so. As you can see, he's pretty stuck in there. Now for the shoulder portion, I will simply just take my piece of felt that I've measured out and fold it in half, and just take a piece of white thread or any color that you'll be using and just create a little pocket, so I'll be sewing around the edges. Once I get about this half and this half done, I will drop the magnet in and then finish up the stitch. Then you will have your little shoulder portion created. So as you can see here, I'm about 2/3 of the way there and created this little pocket. So at this point, I will take the magnet, drop it in there, and finish up sewing this last section. As you can see here, all edges have been sewed up and the magnet is now inside. You do not have to sew up the portion that gets folded. I just did so it's easier to connect the two pieces of thread at the end, but once everything's all sewn in and the magnet's in there, your shoulder portion is done. To connect the end threads, I simply just tied the two together to create a tight knot so that the stitching does not come apart. Once you're done, you can just cut off this excess thread. Make sure you don't get too close and accidentally cut off the knot that you just created, and that gives you your shoulder pad. Now that we have both pieces of our shoulder buddy created, all you have to do is take the felt piece, put it underneath your shirt, on your shoulder, and connect them. These buddies will stay on your shoulder throughout the park while you're running to get on a ride. I would just simply take them off if you're going on a coaster or any high-speed type ride. We wouldn't want them to fly off and hit the person behind you. But while you're standing in line, walking around, these buddies will stay in place. Thank you for watching and have fun making your pals.